it's Tara, and today I'm going to do the mid-year book FreakOut tag at the 3/4 mark because I'm very slow. I was tagged to do this by Jane at Yes Miss Jane, and I will link to her video and also the videos of the creators in the description box. Since I'm doing this late, I decided to do it as though I was doing it when I was supposed to at the end of June, so I won't be talking about any of the books that I read from July on. So let's get started. Number 1, the best book you've read so far in 2015, and that would have to be, I'm going to cheat a little bit and not go with one book, but go with a series, and that is the Inda series by Sherwood Smith. Taken Alone, the first book in this series, is really, really good, but I'm not sure that I would say it's the best book of the year up through June. But when you take all 4 of the books together, which I did read in the first half of the year, they definitely make up the best experience of the year. 2, the best sequel you've read so far in 2015, and this is a tie for me between An Unwelcome Quest, that's Magic 2.0, the 3rd book in the Magic 2.0 series by Scott Meyer, and The Fall of Hyperion by Dan Simmons. They're both really good in totally different ways. Both are science fiction, but the Magic 2.0 series is very tongue-in-cheek and light fun and that sort of thing, but the Hyperion Cantos is very serious, and it's a work of art, so I feel like I have to put them in 2 separate categories. Number 3, new releases you haven't read yet but want to. This still totally applies because I have Armada by Ernest Cline and I haven't read it yet, but I'm going to. Number 4, most anticipated release for the second half of the year, and that would be Carry On by Rainbow Rowell. I read Fangirl, and I really loved Fangirl, but I loved the idea of the story within Fangirl. That was Simon Snow, the fiction that's similar to Harry Potter that she wrote fan fiction for, and the fact that she's going to be publishing this book that was within her book is just mind-boggling and really, really cool, and I think that I'm going to love it, and I can't wait. I think it comes out middle of October or something like that, so I'm stoked. Number 5, biggest disappointment, that was 100% Marduk Scramble by Toho Ubukata. I really, 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 really hated this book. No. Number 6, the biggest surprise. I have 2 for this as well. The first is Black Rain by Masuji Ibuse, which was, I thought it was going to be just another atomic bomb aftermath fiction, but it turned out to be so much more, and I love the way that it was written, and I love the way it made me think, and it was amazing. And also Woman on the Edge of Time by Marge Piercy. I don't like time travel books, but the way this one was handled was really, really nice, and it was my 2nd book by Marge Piercy, and I enjoyed her first one well enough, but I didn't love it, so I was really, really surprised to see how much I enjoyed Woman on the Edge of Time. Number 7, favorite new author, or at least new to you, and in this case it's very apt because Pat Murphy is my favorite new to me author, and I think she wrote in the, I don't remember, she wrote in the somewhere between the 60s and the 80s, I can't remember, but so she's not a new author at all, but I read her The City Not Long After science fiction book, and it was stunning. Number 8, newest fictional crush, that would have to be Belle from The Steerswoman. She's pretty awesome and attractive. Number 10, book that made you cry. I cry really, really easily, like really easily, so this isn't that impressive a question, but the 2 books that made me cry the most were The Graveyard Book by Neil Gaiman and The City Not Long After by Pat Murphy. They were both really understated in the way that they pulled emotional strings, but it had a really big impact. Number 11, a book that made you happy. I'll go with Miss Bungle's book by D.E. Stevenson. This was a cozy, like, cottage sort of mystery, and I loved every single second of it. Number 12, favorite movie adaptation you saw this year. Cinderella? It's the only one I think I saw this year, so we'll go with that. Number 13, favorite review you've done this year. That would be The Water Knife by Paolo Bacigalupi for me. Number 14, the most beautiful book you've bought or received so far this year, and that would be Ernest Cline's Armada, because shiny, and also because the inside is awesome too. And number 15, what books do you need to read by the end of the year? The only books I need to read by the end of the year are the rest of the books on my classic science fiction list, and whatever Japanese books I pick. Actually, my science fiction list started out as one thing, and I've sort of half stuck to it and half chosen different things, but that's fine. So that's what I need to read by the end of the year. Anyway, thank you, Jane, for tagging me. I know you wouldn't expect it since it took me so long, but I really had a lot of fun thinking about which books to choose for this. I'm not going to tag anybody because it is the 3/4 mark in the year, so, you know. But if you want to do it, please feel free, and then let me know, and I will watch it. Anyway, that's that. Until next time.